Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about finding area of a composite figure. What a composite figure is basically a figure made up of more than one geometric known figures. So if we look here, it looks kind of like a side of a house. But if we break it down into two smaller figures, really we have a triangle up here and a square or a rectangle down at the bottom. Same with this castle looking thing. We split it up into what we know. We have two triangles up here, and we can make three rectangles down there. And so to find the area of this entire thing, we first would have to find the area of each individual shape, and at the end, we add up all the areas, and that gives us our composite area. So let's take a look at the first example down here. So here we have a composite figure made up of what looks to be a rectangle and a triangle. So to find the area of this rectangle down here, remember, finding area of a rectangle is just base times height, where here the base is equal to 10 and the height is equal to 8. And remember, this is the height and the base for the rectangle, not the triangle. So to find the area of the rectangle, we'll call it A1. It's just base times height, where we said base was 10, height was 8. And so 10 times 8 gives us an area of 80 meters squared. So now we're going to find the area of the triangle, which is up here. Now remember, for area of a triangle, the formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, or remember, we can also write it as base times height divided by 2. Now, we're not actually given the base, but if you notice, down this other shape, it's a rectangle. So because this side of the shape, or the height of the rectangle, is 8, that means the base of our triangle is also 8. And so here, all we have left to do is replace or substitute in the base, which is 8, and the height of my triangle, which is 6. So some mental math. 8 times 6 is 48. Half of that gives us an area of 24. Now, these two separate areas are the areas of each particular shape. To get the composite area, all we got to do is add both of them together. So 80 plus 24, and it gives us our total area of 104 meters squared. Alright guys, so now we're going to take a look at another problem. It's another composite figure, but this time we have two shapes. We have a rectangle on top, and it looks like an upside down trapezoid. So right off the bat, we see the two dimensions, or the two figures. What we don't see is the actual dimensions of it, but we can figure them out. Because this top figure is a rectangle, and they're telling us that this side is 12, we know that this side is also 12 units. And we know that the top, from the top all the way to the bottom, measures 18. And if we know that from this side of the rectangle is 12, we know the height of my trapezoid is 6. And in similar fashion, because we know the base of my rectangle is 23, the base of my trapezoid, or at least one of the bases, is going to be 23 as well. And so now all that's left to do is find the area of each one individually and then add them together. So we're going to start by finding the area of the rectangle. So remember, area for a rectangle is just base times height, where here my base is 23 and the height is 12. So when I multiply those together, I get an area of 276 centimeters squared for the area of the rectangle. In similar fashion, I'm going to do the same thing to find the area of my trapezoid. Now, remember, area of a trapezoid, we use the formula base 1 plus base 2, divide that by 2, and multiply by the height. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute in everything that I know. Now base 1 and base 2, remember, it doesn't really matter what you call base 1 or base 2 because they both represent a base. So here I'm just going to go down the order. I got 23 for base 1, 15 for base 2, and the height is 6. So we take it one step at a time, put in the calculator, and we get an area of 114 centimeters squared. So to find the area, the total area of the entire composite figure, all we're going to do is add both of those areas together. So I add the area of 276, which was from the rectangle, and I add the area of 114, which was the area of the trapezoid, to give me a total area of 390 centimeters squared.